everybody, and welcome to Technically Correct. We're Geeks Who Drink, and here's how this whole thing works. In this first round, our director AJ will give us some questions from the Geeks Who Drink archives. We panelists will have 2 minutes to debate and then finally choose an answer for the group. At the end of the 2 minutes, we'll decide on our final answer, and AJ will tell us if we're right. Lather, rinse, repeat. If you're watching this live, we're watching the chat. Please chime in if you have anything witty or interesting to say about the question, but whatever you do, please don't shout out the answers. We can be wrong all by ourselves. Before we get started, let's meet our panel. Back this week from North Carolina, it's Leah.
Howdy.
Oh, what a cute Cookie Monster. It's Cookie Monster's birthday?
Yes, just Google it.
Yeah, happy B-Day, Cookie. From Seattle, it's Pio.
For repeat watchers, I brought an apple for demonstration purposes this week.
Oh, I should get an apple too.
I'm scared. And thank goodness we've heard a chime in from our youth correspondent. Naaim is here. Naaim, what'd you get when you were out trick-or-treating?
my mom suggested that I go out and trick-or-treat, and I was like, Mom, I am almost 30 years old. That is not happening.
There's the point at which it's creepy.
But you're very obviously young at heart.
There we go.
I remember when I was like 17 or 18, my friends and I would go out and we were still a little too old, so we would sing songs. We would Halloween carol to justify us being given candy.
I'm really happy to know that it's Cookie Monster's birthday. I feel like it might be related to the fact that it's also Dia de los Muertos. He's a monster. There's sweets.
Are you calling him a spirit of some sort? Is Cookie Monster a spirit? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. I'm just saying. There's a lot of really weird things that might line up.
That's fair. Without cookies, he is just a monster.
Now
Yeah,
I really want to bake cookies with little sugar skulls on them. They would be so cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
in some parts of the world, like this one, it's Cookie Monster's birthday. But in other parts of the world, it's my birthday.
Happy
Cookie Monster,
birthday!
Sarah, birthday.
Are you Cookie Monster?
I mean, I can neither confirm nor deny. Oh, this is very sweet of them. Look, they already had a thingy-ma-do.
No, you just beat me to it. I was going to do a whole thing. So thanks, Nicole, for ruining your own birthday.
Have you met me? Did you know that I was going? I couldn't go 5 minutes without saying that it was my birthday. You should have seen my Twitter thread today. I already talked about how the woman at Alamo Rent-A-Car wished me a happy birthday. So I wasn't going to let her beat you to it.
Now, here's the thing. We do know that C is for cookie, but the question is, Nicole, is it good enough for you?
You know what? I'll take it.
So did the Alamo lady wish you happy birthday before or after seeing your ID?
Well, I called because
Okay.
it was about a previous thing that I rented,
Right.
and she asked for my date of birth, and I wasn't going to make a thing out of it, even though I love making a thing out of it. And she said, to my delight, "Oh my God, girl, tomorrow's your birthday!" And I was like, "Yeah." So,
Now, the reason that I ask is that once upon a time when I was working at Blockbuster, I had this one, we would have to ask for card or ID, but there was this one time
Excuse me, what's Blockbuster?
Yeah, I was about to say,
our youth correspondent.
I'm just doing a joke. I know a Blockbuster. Keep going.
Naeem,
It's
did you see Captain Marvel? It's where she landed in Captain Marvel.
There you go.
Yeah,
So and before I saw this person's ID, I just spontaneously said happy birthday to them, and they're like, "Thank you." And I said, "Didn't you just tell me it's your birthday?" And then they said no, and it was just the strangest, creepiest moment ever. But it was
Leah
also really
clairvoyant?
cool. And then I looked, and then she handed me her ID. I think it was a she, maybe it was he. I don't remember. And I saw their birth date, and I was like, okay. I don't know where that came from, but yeah.
Birthday vibes.
Birthday vibes, yeah.
Oh, well, now that we've got my obligatory gift celebration, I've spoiled my own treat from AJ. I think we need a question. Let's get on with this show.
All right, your first question of the night. After an acorn falls on her head, what folktale character declares, "The sky is falling"?
Dolly Parton is a Folktown hero, right? Folk
It
hero.
doesn't say Folktown hero.
Oh, folk hero, not Folktown.
Tandy Isaac Newton.
Oh,
Nice.
oh.
Well done.
You know,
'cause-
this character in the Disney film that I watched many times as a child was portrayed by Zach Braff of Scrubs fame, which is why I watched the movie, because I was already a Scrubs fan. And Zach Braff. I didn't realize that the character was female in some tellings. I never.
Yeah. There's
What
some
is the
old school
what film is
misogyny in
this?
there.
Yeah. You didn't see this? It's on Disney Plus.
I don't have Disney Plus.
Well, does Disney owns this story?
Oh, you're
Like,
the one,
that's
Nicole.
I'm the one person that doesn't have Disney
Don't they
Plus.
own all the fairy tales?
Yeah, they own most stories.
or everything, just everything.
Don't they?
Technically
Don't-
correct. Sponsored by Disney this evening.
Okay, so
Listen, we'll take the
not-
money.
Not being a person with Disney Plus, just being a person. I thought the answer was probably Henny Penny,
Close.
but what is the actual
You've,
answer?
well, you've got the right story.
It's now your wrong answer has driven the right one from my head.
But of course,
Ah!
but yeah. So naturally, she's probably a she in some tellings. Otherwise, he would usually be called Rooster Little.
Yeah, it's Chicken Little. That's right.
Oh.
Makes sense. Sure. Fair enough. Fair enough. By the way, in the movie, the sky actually is falling because there's aliens.
Oh, they've really
Ooh.
took some license with
They
that.
took some
twist.
creative liberties with the film.
Yeah, just like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs wound up having a whole story about like terraforming or something, and it's like no, it's
Yeah, but I
just-
guess I guess with both of them, right? Like it's a very short story that you're trying to make an hour and a half movie out of. You got to do something. Like
Wait,
Shrek,
is there
right?
a character called Henny Penny?
I believe so. I don't know
Okay.
about the movie, but in the kids stories
Yes.
there is. Yes.
Okay. So, Leah, do you want to do the honors of submitting our final answer?
Chicken Little.
We actually would have accepted Chicken Little or Henny Penny for this
Oh,
one. So if
very
Nicole
nice.
had gone with her gut, she still would have been right.
Oh, feels
it's Henny
good.
Penny in Canada.
Canadian Thanksgiving, they eat Henny Penny. Sorry, Canadians, I don't know what you do up there. Your Thanksgiving was a long time ago.
Yeah, and they have like healthcare and stuff.
It's only last month.
They're weird.
That's
2 weeks ago.
forever. Thanksgiving time.
Listen, in America, we skip Thanksgiving and go straight to Christmas. Like, I'm pretty sure if you go, I'm pretty sure Wham's Last Christmas is playing in a mall right now.
Dare you? I will not tolerate Thanksgiving erasure.
I wouldn't. I don't even celebrate Christmas. I'm just saying the people around me.
All right. Before we get into contentious holiday music, AJ, can we have another question?
Your next question. Soy sauce soft serve ice cream is a perk of the factory tour for what Japanese company?
I'm
Ew.
actually salivating now. I know
Ew.
that sounds ridiculous,
Oh,
but
no.
Because
no,
of soy ice cream, soy
I-
sauce ice cream.
I really like soy sauce.
Have you had it in ice cream format?
Yeah, I
I
got no
have
problem with
not,
soy sauce.
but I
Just
would
soy
try
sauce
it.
ice cream sounds like something I don't want to try.
I would try it. I'll try it for all of you.
Sure. I'll try anything. It just wouldn't make me salivate for the idea of soy sauce ice cream.
Leah, how many soy sauces do you currently have in your place of residence?
Well, it depends on whether you're talking about bottles or tiny little packets that were left over from takeout.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the two answers are very different.
Okay, 1,000 packets and how many bottles?
One bottle. One
Okay,
bottle.
a
Yeah.
normal amount.
Yes.
Now, in
Now,
regards
but
to this,
do you put the packets in a gallon Ziploc bag, or are they loose in the drawer?
They're in a quart Ziploc bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll be safer there because if they're loose in the drawer, anything could happen.
That's right.
That is true. Yeah.
And
So
then the
it-
whole drawer will smell like soy sauce.
In
Maybe I
regards
should
to
get
this-
on that.
in regards to this question though, is this a Japanese company? Is it yes, is it a Japanese company that makes ice cream, soy sauce, or something completely
Well, that's a
different?
good question.
I
You
think
know?
it's the soy sauce company.
I'd assume they make soy sauce.
You think? I mean,
Because if,
that would
if,
be
if
my
it's a perk
guess,
of the
but
factory tour,
yeah.
it'd be weird if it's like an ice cream factory. It's like, oh, we just also put soy sauce in there. But if it's a soy sauce factory, and then like,
Yeah. So like, what if it's like Toyota or something? Like, what, you can't give them motor oil, so
No.
have some soy sauce ice
No.
cream.
So I did go to the Sriracha factory tour in Irwindale, California,
How fun.
and they do have Sriracha ice cream there. And I had a teeny bit because I'm lactose intolerant, so I just had a little taste, and it was good. So I might try this soy sauce. I think it might be the Kiko Man. Isn't
That's
that
what
the
I
soy
would guess
sauce?
too. Yeah.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah. All right, AJ, is it the Kiko Man?
Good guess, panelists. It is Kikomen.
Hey.
Nice. I just wonder, like, do you think it's like, is it vanilla with soy, or is it just like plain cream with soy, or is it, I would try it too. I had cheddar cheese ice cream once, and that was interesting. So yeah, I would try some weird flavors for sure.
So Pio, your challenge for this week is go make it and report back.
Okay.
Find the recipe.
I'm still working on the apple challenge, just so you know.
Well, the season's going to be over soon, so you better get on top of that soy sauce challenge.
well, apple season's also over soon. So,
That's what I meant.
oh, I see, gotcha.
Yeah, I picked apples last weekend, and all they had was pink ladies and cameos.
But are you going to eat them correctly? That's the question.
No, we've already established that I use my apple cutter so that I can get my perfect slices, and I don't eat the core like you weirdos. I don't know what's going on.
You just
It's a
replace the
perfectly
core
delicious
with
part of
soy
the apple.
sauce.
A little soy sauce in your apple, yeah.
AJ, can we have a less horrifying question?
Absolutely. Ja Rule, LL Cool J, and Run DMC hail from the same neighborhood of what New York borough?
Got a 1 out of 5 shot here.
Now, as I'm sure we all
Nicole
know,
looks really excited.
LL Cool J.
I was really excited as soon as he said Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Oh, question about Ja Rule. This is in my wheelhouse. Probably.
As we all know, LL Cool J stands for Ladies Love Cool James.
Mhm.
Just want to drop
Good
that
job,
out there for
youngin'.
You might not have known. Yes, I know him from I don't know, Law and Order. Is that what he's on? I actually don't know.
No,
which
no.
show he's on. Is he on CSI?
You're thinking of the movie
No.
Toys with Robin
You're
Williams.
thinking of Ice-T.
I know Ice-T is on one, but LL Cool J was on one
Oh,
at
yeah.
some point.
He's
too.
on
LL Cool J.
NCIS.
Yeah, he was
NCIS.
one of-
Yes.
I knew he was on one of them. Gosh. They all blur together.
They've only been around since your entire lifetime. I mean,
Yeah,
Before his
whatever.
whole lifetime.
Whatever. All right. He was on Jag, I guess.
One of them.
Now they're all from Staten Island, right? Because the whole island life is how Ja Rule went to do the fire festival on that island, right? Isn't that the history tracing there? He's like, oh, I grew up on an island. We can do this. Staten Island. No, it's not.
You know, Ja Rule was in the first Fast and Furious movie, and they offered to bring him back for the second, and he said no. And that part was replaced by Ludacris, who has then been in like the last 5 of them. So
big mistake, Ja Rule.
big mistake from Ja Rule.
Also, like, isn't Ja Rule bankrupt?
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have been if he was in the Fast and Furious
He
movies.
for this reason.
That's his opportunity. Apparently, Will Smith was supposed to be Neo in The Matrix. Sorry, my dog is in the closet.
ooh.
That's true.
Cool.
But he says he doesn't have any hard feelings because he thought Keanu Reeves did a very good job.
And also, he thinks that if he had been cast, then Lawrence Fishburne wouldn't have been cast as Morpheus because they only would have cast one black man.
Only one
And he
black
thinks-
dude.
So.
Do we want to stop and be like, Nicole, why is your dog in the closet?
He just likes, because he thinks he's a cat, he just likes to like burrow himself in the things in there.
Speaking of burrows, don't we have a
Oh.
question to answer?
Probably.
Burrow. I know the answer. Do other people?
I'm
I
not sure.
feel like I do, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100%. I mean, I know Run DMC had a song with it in it, but right? I think, Maybe not.
Yeah.
but
It's Queens.
that's what I was leaning toward. Okay, phew.
Yeah. AJ, is it Queens?
It is, in fact, the borough of Queens.
Queens. I lived in New York City for 5 years, and I went to Queens like 6 times, ever.
To see
I
the
know
Mets.
that's a
Go
good-
Mets, baby.
Oh wait, I went 7 times, so I did see the Mets.
There we go.
Did they win?
I don't remember.
they're
I
the
was there for the
Mets.
beer.
Probably not, right?
Let's play the odds. No, they
Yeah.
didn't.
But Citi Field is lovely. It's a beautiful place if you ever get a chance to visit. Very nice stadium. Except for the Mets. Oh, sorry, Mets fans. AJ, can we have another question?
Your next question. Supposedly the standard of its first king, Sri Lanka's flag features what animal holding a sword?
What was their first king an animal? Is that what the implication
What
is?
does it mean? The standard of its first king.
Like probably I imagine standard like a flag standard, like battle standard, right? I
The
assume.
symbol.
Yeah.
It's the symbol of their first king.
Right. Like the battle standard of Gondor is the tree, right? The white tree. And the battle standard of Lothlorien, I'm sure you know that, Nicole. So it's
The what? Huh?
never mind. Just talking about Middle Earth. It's fine. It's
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
I was with you through Gondor.
fine. Well, Lothlorien is the elven forest. Anyway, Sri
So it's like
Lanka.
the battle standard of Canada,
Sri
like
Lanka.
the maple leaf.
Well, it was probably, the
beaver.
English, right?
It was the beaver.
It was probably it was just a big picture of George
A beaver.
George the Third.
I don't know. Does someone know or have a good guess?
I do have a guess.
I've seen Sri Lanka's flag like a bunch of times, and I'm not coming up with it.
Like I would say it's either a tiger or a lion.
Lion is what I'm leaning toward.
So
Actually,
I would also lean towards lion, but that area of the world is known for tigers.
yeah, because where can you see lions? Only in Kenya. You know that song.
What?
It's not real. It's not a true song. But because they also say the same thing about tigers only being in Kenya, and we know that's not correct.
Guys,
But,
what if we split the difference and we said liger?
Probably not that, but then because then
we probably wouldn't be right.
because if we're talking about Sri Lanka, that's where you get like the Tamil tigers, who are like a revolutionary force, right?
Right.
So is tiger the opposite of a lion? Does that matter at all? I don't know. I'm going to finish this apple.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily have to have lions there. They just have to have a king who has seen a lion.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
So if 3 of us were leaning toward lions,
I feel like lion makes sense as well.
I think, all right. We're going to go with Naaim. AJ, are we right?
I'm sorry, we were looking for no, it's a lion.
I was accidentally right again.
It's
Liger
gonna
is
be
never the
Tygon.
answer.
It's
Now, isn't it one of the things that like Richard the Lionheart, his standard was, I think, 3 lions, but they weren't really lions. Like they, that era didn't really know what we consider lions as being lions. It's
Yeah.
like they were like pumas, like they were larger cats, but
because
not
that's what they had
like
in England,
savanna lions.
right?
It's like if you see
That
like an
makes
old drawing of a chameleon, it looks like a horse.
Oh, we were dumb back in the day.
We just
Humans.
weren't well traveled and
Yeah.
True.
and
Needed to get
notes
out more.
The
and
days
war
before-
and racism and everything. So what? I mean,
The days before cat videos
Yeah.
and their extension, purring lion videos on catnip.
Ooh.
Those are cute.
Yeah. I like to watch the zoo cams that they have on the internet. Those are fun.
Oh yeah, I used to have a penguin channel on all the time in the background.
Yeah, whenever there's like a panda or something, I'm like, oh, a panda. That's exactly what I'm like. AJ, I think seems like we got one more technically correct.
Yes, this is the last question of our technically correct round, and it's right in Pio's wheelhouse.
Yay.
is it about apples?
In
Is it about
20
Gondor?
In 2020, the NBA renamed its All-Star Game MVP award for what 4-time winner?
Oh yeah, my wheelhouse. obviously, but it's so much. It's so in my wheelhouse. I'm gonna take a step back.
Well, see, now AJ said it's in Pio's wheelhouse, so I think it's got to be somebody like Gary Payton, who was from played in Seattle for many years, or Detlef Schrempf.
I know him from Parks and Rec.
Because I love shrimp.
Let's say you know
right?
him from Parks and Rec. He also played for the Pacers, which is why he was in Parks and Rec, because Indiana. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is maybe more Naaim's wheelhouse than my own, because I don't know jack about sports things.
Honestly, what I would say is if I was hosting a quiz right now and this question came up, I would say this one is very gettable.
This is a team effort. Stop looking at me, everyone.
Okay, I can name some basketball players. Can I get
Larry Bird?
Get a hit? Yeah, I was saying Larry Bird.
Lawrence
the one
Bird.
white guy.
Or Detlef Schrempf is white too.
The other white guy.
Sean Kemp, I believe, also played in Seattle, I think.
Yeah. Can you tell us what era this person is from?
The a very recent era of basketball, I would say.
Oh, is it LeBron James?
It is not LeBron James.
Is it Kyrie Irving?
That would be very embarrassing if they named the award after Kyrie Irving and then he stopped playing basketball.
So I have a guess based on timing that it was in 2020. Is it Kobe Bryant?
So that is, I am 95% sure the answer, because obviously Kobe Bryant passed away in January of 2020.
And that's why it's in my wheelhouse, because I'm a big fan of tragedy. There we go.
Leah, that was a really good reasoning.
I needed Naaim's hints though. I wasn't gonna get there on my own.
Okay, AJ, I think we're going with the late great Kobe.
It was Kobe.
Yay! Teamwork, dreamwork. The thing though is all this teamwork is gonna end soon. Because after this break, we're gonna be back for technically incorrect. See you in a few. Welcome back to Technically Correct, and specifically to our second round, Technically Incorrect. First, though, remember you can check out Geeks Who Drink pub quizzes in bars across this great land just about every night, and you can get a quick hit of trivia on YouTube every weekday around lunchtime. Make sure you subscribe to this channel before you go so you don't miss anything. We also have a whole quiz on Twitch every Monday night, and you can even book us, that's right, us, including me, to do a private quiz virtually or in person. For all the details on that stuff, bookmark geekswhodrink.com. Follow us on the socials. You know where we are. Now for Technically Incorrect. In this round, the panel will still have 2 minutes to answer each question, but no more teamwork. Everyone's in it for themselves. That means we'll be actively trying to psych each other out, and you should be too. Put your most plausible wrong answers in the chat and we'll throw them in the mix. At the end of the timer, we'll all write down our answers to show them to see who's right, by which I mean we will. You don't have to do that at home. AJ, start us off.
Our first question for the Technically Incorrect round. Vermifilter toilets turn your poo into useful compost, using what thankfully noseless creatures?
Creatures without noses. It's Voldemort. You put Voldemorts, a bunch of Voldemorts in your toilet, boom, and your poop is beautiful fertilizer. Thanks, Voldemort.
I don't know anything about Harry Potter, but I feel like maybe that guy has a nose.
You know who doesn't have a nose?
Cookie Monster.
No, it's not him. He only eats cookies.
It's not him. Well, we don't know that it's not him. I mean,
he's a monster.
Yeah, he is a monster. We know that some Sesame Street monsters live in the trash.
Just
why?
the one.
Why not?
I think Oscar has family. They live in trash as
He
well.
must have family. He came from somewhere.
So he's an
So,
ageless entity. You didn't know that
maybe
about
some-
Oscar?
Well, we'll have the count to ask about that. Cookie Monster is 1, 2, 3 years. But why not a monster living in the toilet? That's my vote. Cookie Monster living in the toilet. No nose.
Oh, I don't like that. But it is true he doesn't have a nose, which means probably he doesn't enjoy cookies as much as he could if he had a nose.
That's true. That's true. There was a flaw in the logic.
I wonder if
found
it's
it.
some sort
Well,
of
we
fish,
don't
'cause do fish have
necessarily
nose?
know how monster anatomy works, so it's
Sure.
possible that he enjoys it even more than we do.
For all we know,
Mm.
Cookie Monster is one giant nose because we haven't had many breakthroughs in monster
Does that mean
anatomy.
Grover is also one giant nose?
Possibly, yes.
Does that mean they're all one giant nose?
What about Elmo? Elmo has a nose, doesn't he?
The nose, yeah.
Unless it's a whole nose, unless the whole entity.
Are we
is a
Mandela
nose.
affecting ourselves on Elmo right now? Elmo has a nose, right?
No, he doesn't.
Genuinely don't remember.
The Count has a nose.
Like,
Yeah.
Elmo has a bright orange nose, I feel.
No, when he was on the Berenstain Bears, he didn't have a nose.
But the Count definitely does have a nose. You're right.
The Count
Yeah.
has
All
a
right.
nose.
Go
One
team.
nose. Ha ha ha. I need to be putting it on this side, don't I?
Worms, 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 and flies. The correct answer tonight was worms.
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 That makes sense.
Worms
Yeah.
all the way down. They eat more than the flies. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, of course. No,
I mean, it depends on how many you have.
That's
10
true.
worms versus, I don't know, 150,000 flies. Yeah. I mean, it's about quantity.
I guess per capita. Something like that. AJ, let's get a less gross question.
Pixar began as part of what studio that made Howard the Duck and some obscure sci-fi films?
Oh man, Howard the Duck, I think might have been the first boobs I've ever seen on TV, and they were duck boobs, which doesn't even make sense because ducks aren't mammals. But now you know about now you know about me growing up, and now my mom knows, or at least
you know what?
she'll
I
know
didn't, like,
tomorrow.
Hi, Pio's mom.
if you would ask me which what boobs I think Pio first saw on television as a child, I probably would have said Howard the Duck. Like that tracks, you know?
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, thanks for knowing me a bit, Naaim. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm waiting. There's got to be another Howard the Duck movie coming out.
Well,
But
someday.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's appeared in 2 different movies and in the What If TV
and
series,
in What If, but
voiced
so
by
that,
Seth Green.
yeah. So let's roll back.
Ooh, I like that
it's
match.
what it
Yeah.
it's the makers of Howard the Duck were Touchstone, which was like the R-rated version of Disney, and it's all back to Disney now.
All back to Disney.
There you go.
Also, I forgot for a moment, he also appears in the big fight scene in Avengers Endgame, so he's there.
I don't
Howard the
remember that.
Duck?
Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is technically an Avenger in the MCU.
Well, he's part of the last. I don't think he took the oath. He's part of the last.
But when Captain
It's
America,
the Avengers, not the Green
he
Lantern.
assembles.
There's no oath.
It's true.
What do you think, Nicole?
I literally have no fucking idea, and I don't know what Howard the Duck is.
You're not even aware of Howard the Duck in any way?
If you said, what is Howard the Duck, I would say a movie.
Leah Thompson was in it.
Leah Thompson was in it.
That's
Was
right.
she in Caroline in the City?
It was, yes.
Okay.
There you go.
And
it
Back
was
to the
also-
Future,
Back
which
to the
I
Future,
assume
yeah.
Nicole has also never seen.
And it's directed by.
No, I did see Back to the Future.
Well, Nicole, you have something to watch this weekend for sure.
You give me homework every week, and I'm busy.
What I'll say is probably not Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
I
watch
think you
Howard
can
the
live
Duck
without
for
it.
Sure.
Answers. Oh, no, I dropped it.
How convenient.
No, it's going to be wrong. Don't worry.
I gotcha. It wasn't
You just
Touchstone.
picked the one word that Leah said.
Picked a word. Wait a minute. Is Leah Thompson married to Howard Dean?
No, Howard
Howard
Deutsch.
No.
Dean?
Oh.
Her daughter Zoe Deutsch is in movies as well.
My chat was cut off. So I only got a couple letters.
Oh, did George Lucas himself not direct Howard the Duck? I thought he did. Never mind then. He just wrote in the duck boobs scene. Now we gotta have a scene with duck boobs in it, and that's my George Lucas impression. It's spot on if you weren't aware.
Listen, because Howard the Duck's a funnier character than they've ever had.
It's not bad actually.
It's very important. Thank you.
Let's replace
wait,
all of the
should I watch
guns with
this
walkie-talkie.
film or
Do not
no?
watch Howard the Duck. No.
Okay.
Come on.
I own Howard the Duck
there are
on
many other
Blu-ray.
movies we've told you to watch. You can watch those. You don't need to watch it. Watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Watch
I don't know
Jurassic
if I
Park.
can
Rewatch it. I do intend to rewatch it because I was about 10 or 11 when it came out, and you know, I am curious to see if it is the same as it was when I watched it then.
Talking about Lord of the Rings or Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck.
I was gonna say, I feel like I was 10 or 11 when the
You were
Lord of the Rings
10?
trilogy came out.
I was
don't think
not
that
10 or
tracks.
11 for the Lord of the Rings.
Well, there's
no.
that animated version of Lord of the Rings.
That's
older.
true.
That's
The
pretty
Rank
good,
Bass
too.
ones.
I think that one was. I was probably that I was not 10 or 11 for that Lord of the Rings either.
I read The Hobbit, or like, I read, I don't know, 30 pages of The Hobbit, and I was like, not for me. And then I never saw anything about it.
I read The
again.
Hobbit in 6th grade and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. I had the same experience with Harry Potter. Don't at me.
Fair enough.
Before I get added, AJ, give us a question that I might know the answer to.
Not affiliated with the Snuggie, the Huggle combines a blanket with what garment?
Wasn't that the name of a character in Labyrinth? Did they skin that character and turn it into a wearable garment? It's
So,
terrible.
Pio, let me tell you what I know about movies. When you say Labyrinth, I have two trigger words, and they are movie and David Bowie.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say,
that's all I know.
I'm pretty sure this is what David Bowie wears when he's doing his dance magic dance.
Yeah, the skinned version. That character's name is Hoggle. Yeah, so the
it's-
skinned version of Hoggle.
So it's the cod piece
Oh, the cod piece. That's all you
because
saw.
that's all
Leah.
he's wearing in that
That's all you
scene.
saw, Leah.
well,
Labyrinth
and
also
leather
came up in
pants.
Wednesday's Zoom quiz, or I guess Wednesday's general knowledge quiz. but not the movie Labyrinth. I just made a reference to the movie Labyrinth, which I also have not seen. But I do know that he plays Jarrett is the name of the wizard.
Jarrett. Yeah.
Jareth.
I'm really surprised
Jarrett.
you haven't seen Labyrinth.
Yeah, it's one of those that feels like I probably should have and then never got around to. My parents are not from this country.
Cookie Monster is disappointed in you for your
Is
lack of
Cookie
Muppet.
Monster Russian?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I
count.
was having trouble with shifting out of the count
Yeah.
voice.
I do shit impressions, but that one was perfect.
Something.
Thank you for that. Make me feel a little bit better. In my
Okay,
life.
so I have not heard of the Huggle, but if it's supposed to give you like a hug, maybe it's like Spanx. Maybe it's like a what do you call it? Bustier.
corset.
A corset.
It's a blanket and a corset.
Maybe it's a really cozy corset.
Wouldn't that defeat the purpose of a corset?
Do you want to have sexy times, but you're always too cold? Try the Huggle, a combination of
Look,
corset and
apparently
blanket.
everybody
But
in
honestly,
Sweden-
you know what? Actually, Pio, I think you just discovered a great market inefficiency.
Yeah.
I read something about how people in Sweden all have sex with their socks on because it's cold. So there is a market for cozy sexy. That's all I'm saying.
And that's the Huggle.
Answers.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. I was having so much trouble coming up with a garment that started with H.
You were close.
Yeah, I wasn't close.
It was a hoodie.
I believe Huggle has a competitor called Udi with just hoodie without the H.
That's weak.
But that seems like that would be less. That would be like a cutoff hoodie. It's like less
I don't know.
fabric.
I don't know.
It's a crop
I'm just
top.
telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen him on TikTok. That's all I know.
Yeah. That's weird. But cozy maybe.
Very expensive. I never bought.
Yeah, Max and Chad has pointed out that Lee is wearing a hoodie.
Yes, I noticed it as well. It's perfectly fair. Yeah. But on the socks topic and sleeping with socks on, and so there was a study that I heard about years and years and years ago, and so I looked it up recently, and it's still true that people who wear socks during sex are more likely to orgasm.
So Swedish people.
So Swedish people
But
apparently.
where do they wear
Yeah,
the
but-
socks? That's the question.
No, it's no. They wear them on their feet, and
Oh.
the logic behind it is circulation.
Oh, I see.
Although until I heard that, I thought that it had to do with being comfortable enough with your partner to not worry about how your feet looked.
Oh.
So if you have that kind of relationship with your partner, you are more likely to
Well, but if you're comfortable enough to not care about what your feet look like, then wouldn't you not need to wear socks?
well, no, because people
it's
are
about
because it's not supposed to
circulation.
be sexy to wear socks to bed.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Depends on
Fair
the
point.
socks. Come on.
Like you wear shoes, you wear stiletto high heels, or you go barefoot. That's what you're supposed to wear to bed according to the sexy police. So
Everybody just
So
put away
socks-
their sexy police costume because it was Halloween, and now we got to bust it back out.
socks,
I
not
feel like
traditionally
we saw a lot
sexy,
fewer sexy
but-
police this year at Halloween than in past.
That's true. All right, well, viewers, hot tip for you: keep your socks on. See how it goes. Don't report back.
I can't show this episode to my parents.
Wait, you could control that? I didn't know you could control that. Someone turn it
This-
off so my
okay.
mom can't watch that.
Naaim, this level of innuendo is like Richard Dawson Match Game, like tamer than that. So I don't know what your parents' standards are.
Very
but-
conservative. Once again, not from this
Okay.
country.
Yes. All right. Well, they can give this one a pass.
Yeah.
Or they can start watching it however many minutes. And we are, AJ, can we have another question? We promise to keep it to PG.
I can't keep that promise. According to Yelp, the Dolores Park is one of the best places to smoke weed in what city?
Great for Naim's parents.
Yeah.
What country is the question?
I would point out that Naaim is already writing his answer.
Sure am.
No, he's rolling a joint, I think. He's like, what? The what now?
What I want to know is stoners aren't exactly known for being like motivated and stuff. So like what stoner is like going on Yelp and being like, need to write a review, man? Like what?
That was a perfect stoner impression, Nicole. Well done.
This is a night of impressions.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
maybe it's not the stoner who is writing the review. Maybe it's somebody who, doesn't want stoners at their own parks. So they're on Yelp saying, go to this park. It's way better for smoking weed.
No,
Throwing
you know
them
who
off.
it is? It's the fucking police. They're like, hey, you know what's great? Come
Hey,
to this
fellow
park,
kids.
break the law. It'll be great. You can do drugs here and steal things. It'll be super. It's so great to come. Come on down.
Pio, you made fun of my stoner impression, but I'm a stoner. But not
thing.
one that would fucking write a Yelp. Well, actually, I am exactly the kind of person that would write a Yelp.
Knock your own straw man down.
Who does
Nicole.
this?
District of
Me.
Columbia.
Last time I was in California, I went to a dispensary and they were like 10% off if you write us a Google review. And I was like, bet. And I did a red bet.
See, there you go.
Yelp
It all makes
frowns on
perfect
that.
sense.
Real quick though, can we get Nicole's stoner impression talking to Leah's Cookie Monster and Pio's George Lucas, and go.
Nicole, Cookie Monster disapproves.
Oh no, man.
Cookie
You know what I need
Monster
to do
thinks
is
you
just
should
like,
be eating
gotta, like,
cookies.
we should get some cookies, but first let me write this like Yelp review. It's such a
What
good
are you,
park for
what are you
weed.
assholes doing in my park? Did you read those
That actually
reviews?
happened.
Did you read those reviews? They're lies.
George Lucas lives very close to this city, I think.
Answers.
I don't have any idea. This was a complete guess.
Denver.
Yeah.
That's a place to
I
be,
don't
though.
know.
I would
just-
guess that it's Yelp employees doing this.
Yes, it is.
Could be.
Get you.
It is San Francisco.
We just evolved into improv, I think. So
Derek would be proud.
nowhere to go.
What's gonna happen?
Naaim, don't dare us. We'll do it.
Yeah, clearly.
Oof.
Oh man.
I don't think there's any getting better than that. But AJ, maybe you can give us one more exciting question.
Your final question of the evening. In the 20s murder mystery, The Strange Case of Mr. Challoner, the killer has what cliche job?
So it was the 20s. So bootlegger?
Mr. Challoner.
Milkman? It's a job from the 20s, right?
Sure, yeah.
I saw
Certainly more than the now.
of a side jack, but I saw a TikTok video where a woman came out of an Amazon truck clearly getting dressed.
Oh, I saw that one.
And in the comments, somebody said the 2020s version of 1950s, your dad being the milkman. Is your dad being the Amazon
The
delivery
Amazon
guy?
delivery guy.
I saw a comment that said, "Oh, she got that prime."
Yeah. Prime delivery. Oh man.
I think he must be the flapper. Oh wait. The killer is not gendered. Yeah, the killer's a flapper.
For the
Ah.
20s.
But
Yeah.
so the
that's
killer, the
cliche.
victim is Mr. Challoner.
That must be.
I mean, probably.
I
She's the
can't- I literally
flapper, rum runner.
The killer was Al Capone.
Yeah,
he got away
mafia
with it.
mall doll groupie.
What's a cliche job from that time?
Racist? I don't know.
No,
Professional
that's
racist.
a cliche job
Yes.
from every time.
Every time. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the 20s is when you can make a career out of it, though.
Yeah, don't. Well, I think there are people making a career out of racism these days too.
Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. I think one of them might be the governor of Virginia tomorrow.
Shh, don't you say that shit out loud, but one of them is sure as hell Joe Manchin.
This thing's just got serious all of a sudden. Let's talk about murder in the 20s, if you don't mind.
I don't know what a cliche job is from the 20s. I'm plugging, guys.
I don't know the answer to this, but I think from a cliche, I think I'm going with butler.
Butler did it.
The butler did it.
Butler, elevator operator. The correct answer was butler.
Butler.
By the way, I do like the joke from the chat that Timothy Chalaner is the Kwisatz Haderach. Very good.
Nice. Timothy Chalaner.
Timothy.
That's a reference to Dune, Nicole.
You know what? I saw that film.
Okay.
He is
good.
appalled,
and-
Muad'Dib.
I stayed awake.
Well
I
done.
actually haven't seen this one. I saw the old one, the David Lynch one, and I still don't know what happens in it. So
I haven't seen either movie, but I am currently reading book 5, Heretics of Dune.
So that's
I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah. So it's gone from interesting world building to interesting philosophy. Now it's just weird horniness. That's if you're in book 5.
But the question is,
getting into
do
that.
you know what's going on, having read 5 books?
More than I thought I would.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I saw Dune for 2 reasons. 1, my partner wanted to see it. And 2, Zendaya's in it and I'm biracial and we all have to go support her, our people. So, but she's not really in it that much. So I was kind of disappointed in the lack
Oscar
of
Isaac's
Zendaya
in it.
content.
David
He's
Bautista's
great.
in it.
Like him. Also, Jason Momoa,
Jason Momoa.
who is very attractive and also married to Lisa Bonet, another biracial person.
And has
BFFs
COVID.
with Lenny Kravitz. Wait, no, he has COVID.
He has COVID. He tested positive after the English premiere of Dune.
way to bring it to a screeching halt, AJ.
Well, what I will say is no matter what kind of person you're attracted to, you can most likely find them in the film Dune.
That's true. Somebody's in there for you.
Probably true.
That's on facts.
Javier Bardem is in it too.
But he don't look that good in there. But
Rebecca
I mean,
Ferguson.
he is attractive. Yeah.
Stellan
Anyway.
Skarsgård, if you're into that.
Yeah. Dave
Ooh.
Bautista's in it too.
Yep. Josh Brolin.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of people in it.
There's a lot more hot guys. A lot of guys in that movie.
It's a very guy heavy story.
Curious. Well, that's all the questions we have for this week. And we have one thing for you to vote on after all, the winner of the show. AJ's going to pop up a poll and you can choose the panelist who you thought did the best job tonight by whatever you want to judge that on. But before that, there is one quantifiable measure available to us. AJ, who scored the highest during Technically Incorrect?
Our winner of Technically Incorrect and becoming the 3rd member of our Perfect Stream Club is John Pio tonight.
It was all my cat. Gave me all the answers.
Oh, that's nice.
They
All
always
right.
do.
I feel like that's cheating. Isn't that cheating?
I mean, we didn't have any explicit prohibition on felines, so I guess he's in the clear, but
Fair
we're
enough,
watching
fair
you
enough.
for next time.
What it might have been also was eating the apple, the whole apple. You can
Ah,
do it
you know
next
what?
week. Next week, you could do it.
Yeah. I should eat my apple with you.
I feel skeptical.
Mhm.
Well, audience, you can choose the winner however you like, but either way, we're going to find out who it is after one more little break. See you in a few. All right, audience, remember the fun doesn't stop when we reveal our winner. You can see everything we're up to at geekswhodrink.com and by following us on Meta, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Check us out in the metaverse.
YouTube, the metaverse. Like us, subscribe us, invite us to your parties. Without further ado, AJ, who's tonight's winner?
Tonight's winner, with 62% of the vote, is the birthday girl herself, Nicole.
C'est moi. Our producer's asking if it's my first win, and no, I have one previously, but I typically don't because as the moderator, I get overlooked. But I appreciate your birthday pity votes today, despite my lack
for your
of
spot on stoner voice.
Yeah.
I earned it with my impression.
Yeah. I thought maybe I'd get a few votes for my impeccable George Lucas, but
well, you finished in second, PO, so
oh,
you got a couple.
well, I feel okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Leah, keep working on your Sesame Street voices, and next time you can win. You are muted.
You're muted.
My count is not that bad. It's just the Cookie Monster I need to work on.
You could always try Elmo.
I'll
win you votes.
I'll give that a shot, but I'm of the generation where that didn't have Elmo.
Oh.
As part of my
Grover,
Sesame
though,
Street
right?
childhood. Of course I had
Like,
Grover.
Grover.
Yeah.
The best.
Of course I have Grover.
Now,
I'd have to,
Leah,
I don't know if that works at all.
What I want you to do is I want you to cast the various Sesame Street characters into Dune.
Into Dune! Oh my god.
I'll work on that. Yeah.
I'm
And
thinking
Kyle
that
MacLachlan as Paul Atreides, because you still have to have one human.
you have to have one human. I think Harkonnen remains human. That would be kind of terrifying, right? I'm thinking Grover.
I feel like there's
I
a
don't know.
Muppet
He's
that
already
could-
kind of a Muppet, isn't he?
Yeah, he's already kind of
I mean,
Muppety.
he's an evil Muppet, but you know.
All right. So when we do our Dune reboot with Sesame Street characters, we'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching as always. Especially a shout out to Pio's mom, who will be seeing us later. Make sure you come back next week to find out if I am still technically correct.
Technically Correct was filmed in front of a live internet audience.